There are 8 everyday objects that most people always use incorrectly without realizing it. Watch this video to find out if you are one of them. For example, when you cook food in a pan, you have to stir it somehow and usually use a wooden spoon to do this. But what do you do with it when you're not stirring? You probably don't want to put it on your work surface as you'll get it dirty. But every pan has this hole where you can simply hang the spoon, as you can see here. Anything that drips down now will drip straight back into the pan. And this secret feature is included in every pan. If you have a bathrobe and want to close it, take the 2 ribbons and simply tie a knot or bow in the front. The problem, however, is that you usually have the ribbon around the waist. This can be quite annoying. It can also be a little constricting, and the knot usually comes undone after a very short time. There is a much simpler method. Simply wrap the ribbon through both loops as you can see here and tie a knot at the front so that you don't wrap it around your body. The bathrobe is now perfectly closed, won't come undone too quickly, and you no longer have the problem of the ribbon constricting you around the hips. You probably also use a peeler like this for your potatoes. But have you always used it the wrong way? Because if you've just pulled it from top to bottom, then you should take a closer look at the blade. Most peelers have a sharp side at the top and bottom. This means you can use them on both sides. This also means that you can simply pull it up and down and peel in both directions. The particular advantage of this is that you can peel your potatoes or whatever you want to peel much faster with this variant if you have a little practice. If you want to put a new bin liner in your garbage can, you probably always shake it open beforehand and then put it in here and simply push all the air past the side of the bag. However, the manufacturers have actually thought of something else. Because if you take a closer look at the bin liners, you will see that they are actually the wrong way round in the garbage can. Because what you should actually do is tear off the bin liner, put it over the top, and then simply push it through the middle. This is the only way to get the bin liner in the right way round. And once you've done it a few times, you'll realize that it works much easier this way. Do you also use post-it notes regularly? Then you definitely need to know this trick too. Because you probably always tear them off from bottom to top, but that's exactly wrong, and you can see why now. Because if you tear it off like this, the whole thing will curl, as you can see. And if you stick it to any surface now, this means that it will quickly move upwards and the adhesive surface will no longer hold, and the piece of paper will simply fall off. Instead, you should tear it off from the side. In other words, take it off at the top and carefully pull it along the side. Then you can already see that you no longer have such a strong curvature, and the note can also stick much better, as you can see here in comparison. And I'm sure you're familiar with this too. You want to heat something up in the microwave, but in the end your food is only quite warm on the outside and somehow cold in the middle. This has to do with how you put the plate in the microwave. You don't actually have to place it in the middle, but should place it as close to the edge as possible. Then you'll end up with even heat over the entire plate, and all your food will be really nice and warm. If you still want it in the middle, you can simply arrange the food in a circle. This means you have a small hole in the middle. That's how it would work. And do you know the secret function of the pasta spoon? Because it usually has a hole in the middle and it has a very special function. Of course, it also ensures that the water drains away when you take some pasta out of the pot. But you can also use it to measure the amount of spaghetti you want to cook. Because everything that fits through this hole is exactly 1 portion for 1 person. And if you regularly use cleaning gloves like this, it could be that you have always used them incorrectly. Because if you just go in here and then start cleaning, you have forgotten an important step that is even written on the packaging. You should always fold the bottom end upwards so that it looks like you can see it here. Otherwise, the cleaning agent and water would simply run down your arm and get onto your skin. By folding it over, however, you ensure that it runs into this small gap and you no longer run the risk of getting the cleaning agent on your skin. By the way, would you like to know what incredible things you can achieve by wrapping a sock around your vacuum cleaner? Then take a look at the video you see on the screen now. Click directly on it.